What up? What up?
So I don't pulled you into doing a live stream in portrait style. Huh, Joe? It's been a minute since we collab.
Yeah. All that. What's going on with y'all? Man? I'm trying to see where the chat room, man. Okay.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah, I got it up here.
Oh, I see you. Okay, you're live. Cool. All right. So I wanted to try something with you on a Sunday. Let's see how this goes. Maybe we could do this every Sunday. I don't know.
Let's cook, man. Let's cook.
So the title actually, because we have multiple topics. Title: Surviving FBA. Can Pan-Africans and what did I put? Can Pan-Africans and Black Americans unite? Yeah.
We tried it. How did that go? How did that go?
What?
Yeah.
Tried what? Like, I think that's like such an overreach right there. We tried what? On what level?
We like our hand on numerous occasions, man. We've been getting spit. We getting our hands spit on and our faces spit on as well. You know what I'm saying? Now they mad that we finally just said, okay, y'all Africans, we Black.
Well, there are a lot of Pan-Africans that are Black Americans. I can't hear you. What you do? Stop sending stuff to your from your phone to your desktop.
I got to.
Why?
So I can pull up all the chat room.
Oh my God. Just pull up the chat on your phone and look at it on your thing. Just don't look at it on your desktop because it's messed up your audio.
Nah, we good. All right. Cool.
So that's kind of like the overall theme, but we gotta talk about Ilhan Omar and all the fraud going on in
Minnesota.
Yes, honey, and we gotta talk about Somalians. We gonna talk about FBAs, honey, because y'all supposed to be doing that Target boycott for Black Friday.
Didn't work. Let's go. Let's go.
And Trump.
Where you want to start, man?
And Trump said, you know what? February 3rd, all temporary protected status for Haitians out of here. No more.
Let's go. Eating the dogs, eating the cats.
All right, let's start with the title. Can Pan-African and Black Americans unite? I say yes. Yeah. Why not?
Well, just like Malcolm X said, there can't be no Black and white unity until it's first some Black unity, right?
Yes.
So in order for us to try to unite with any other nation, we need to unite with ourselves first. Because one thing we can't say about the Tevas or whatever like that, and
I don't use that word. I don't.
I do. And the Caribbeans, the Latinos, they are united, especially when it comes to going against us. So at the end of the day, once we get our unity in order, then we can start letting people come up in the cookout. Maybe be able to get on the grill here and there. But other than that, we got to unite first.
What does our unity look like?
Man, it's a mess. You know what I'm saying? Because first and foremost, Black people got an identity crisis. That's partially why everybody want to be Pan-African, because they wanted to have something to attach themselves to, because instead of attaching themselves to just being American and Black. And I mean, I understand that is it's a relatively new concept. We don't have a native language. We don't have, our own last names and all that. We come from, being slaves and ownership. So we had to make our own way. But at the end of the day, a lot of people want to attach themselves to this madness. They so critical of Black folks and, oh, we have no culture. Oh, you don't even know your last name. You can't even speak your language. This is it. But they always want to attach themselves to this madness. They're intrigued by it. They're mesmerized by it. But all this comes through pain. It comes through struggle. It comes through slavery. We had to make a way. We had nowhere we could run. We don't have no other flags we can wave, you know. So we had to make our way here. So it's going to be very difficult because you got so many different subgroups. You're going to have, you know, well, I'm a Muslim, well, I'm a Christian, well, I'm a Baptist, well, I'm a Catholic, well, I'm a Moor, well, I'm a 5%er, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. All these different groups, but we got to still unite under the fact that you're black and everybody deems you as your enemy, as an enemy. So at the end of the day, you have no allies in nobody. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people. I always say a lot of people come in, they can play black. And that's what I look at a lot of these other nations. They get to play black, but we have to stay black. We don't get that luxury of being able to be from Jamaica and pretend like we down with the Negroes, and then all of a sudden I'm a cultured Jamaican. When it's time to get called out, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Or get called to some action for some people who you really don't deem to be your people. And the whole thing about it is we just said, okay. All we did was just say, okay. We gladly accepted what you all put out because the delineation didn't start with us.
Well, what exactly is
we trying to unify? Delineate.
Let me ask you this: your point of view. What is delineation to you? Like, what does that mean for you?
Line drawn in the sand. The way that foreigners look at themselves, we're us and they're them. We can still pretend. They're just like the Jews. The Jews could pretend to be white all day, you know, but they deep down inside they know they're not white. Behind those closed doors in those rooms, they're like, we ain't white. They think we white. So we're going to play along and ride this thing out.
What are they if they're not white? What are they? Because religion and race and nationality, there are three different things. And the reason why I'm throwing these questions out there, because everybody has their own concept of what these things mean. So delineation, first of all, I don't delineate. I don't need anyone or anything or a name to reassure my lineage or my identity. Now, in the case, let me finish. In the case of reparations, oh yes, delineation. See, I'm about business. At the end of the day, it is about business, especially here in America. It's about politics. And it is a line you have to draw in the sand when it comes to your group compared to others. So when it comes to Black America, I don't even say African American, you know, I throw out the term, the hashtag FBA, Foundational Black Americans, because it's specific, just like people would say American descendants of slaves, or now a lot of people are saying freedmen. It's all the same thing. But Black Americans, when it comes to reparations, yes, that is delineation is required. The delineation is required in other aspects as well. But I look at it like this.
We seen the reaction they had when we delineated for one issue that was solely owed to us. And when they tried to include themselves, in the moment that we said, hold on, you're not included in this, then now we see how they truly feel and how they always been feeling about our Black asses.
A Blue, no, I'm not a Pan-African. I just said I don't subscribe to no group, to no organization. I'm me. I'm all independent thinking. I'm independent. I don't subscribe to nothing. I don't.
We can't run around here saying that we African because we don't know what tribe we come from. You know what I mean? Especially beige, waffle, muffin colored Negroes like us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, there's a lot of beige, muffin colored people in different countries in Africa as well. However, I will say this:
we don't know what we are, and then we rely on Ancestry.com. Like, seriously, like
that's 21andMe.
Dude, we can't figure out who we are, so we have to identify with.
Well, I'm American.
That's it,
and I'm Black.
Exactly.
And in America, we divide each category by race. That's just what it is.
The Black and white term is generic, and it's solely, you know what I'm saying, here. Because
and they even break that down because, okay, white and non-Hispanic, Hispanic, Black, African American, and then we don't have different boxes. in the OMB, like now, which was recent, the Middle Eastern, they have their own box and it's broken down into subcategories. We need that. However, and this is my pushback when I say surviving FBA.
What would that?
Exactly. Let me tell you. Let me explain. And this is my pushback with this surviving FBA thing. Because if you want to say delineation is when you actually get down to business and you push for a policy, you petition to have your own box. Black American. African American will be someone who is from the continent of Africa coming here, a Black immigrant from Africa. Elon Musk, let me finish. Elon Musk is African American. You get what I'm saying? And
that creates a problem.
Exactly. So we need our own box so we can have different subcategories, because everybody should not be lumped in with us. And for me, that is delineation when it comes to an action.
Let FBA be that box.
Well, you have to petition that. And FBA is not an organization. It is a name. It is a hashtag.
None of those boxes are organizations.
No. What I mean is it is not considered a specific group. It is not registered as a specific group. So you have to petition for that.
It can be.
It can be if you petition for it. Freeman could be. ADOS could be, but you have to do the work and petition for it. That's what so if you want to delineation takes actual work.
But this whole mindset of enlightenment just started. It's just getting its legs. We can't act like it's been established.
What mindset?
That we had verbiage to actually call what we are for over 20 years, and we've been sitting on this information. We just become enlightened to what the hell we are right now. It makes perfect sense. So now it's got legs. You have a great idea. It needs to have the footing. But we can't rate it like it's been here all the time. And then, like, well, we need to push for legislation and dude, it just started. It really started. Black folks waking up that we are not all one black folk.
Well, that hasn't just started. It's just that you have
everybody had this dream of Marcus Garvey.
Wait. No. Let me push back. Let me
one big black suit. One big black gumbo.
Wait, so let me push back a little bit. Actually, I agree with you. A lot of people were asleep. They weren't paying attention. So when you so-called wake up, when you become woke, right? You become woke with what? Understanding your true lineage. And that is a failure within your family that didn't teach you about your lineage properly. Well, I don't have that issue.
Hold on.
But, wait, let me say this. Let me say this real quick. Our problem, whether we wake up or not, our problem at the end of the day is working together. So forget everybody else. We don't know how to unite within ourselves to work together. Everybody want to do this cancel culture. Well, I'm upset with you because you criticize this person, that person, Tariq Nasheed, Professor, all that nonsense, all that social media nonsense.
Yeah, really think about it. Your biggest enemy has never been no white man. You don't have no white man attacking your channel, no white lady doing 1,000 videos about you. No, it's a black dude or it's a black woman. You know what I mean? We are our own biggest enemy. Even when I speak about the issues that's going on with the dating and relationship scene with the dynamic and what black men go through, the biggest people to try to take me down are black men, other black men, the people that I stick up for, the people who I'm over here fighting and trying to give a voice to the voiceless and trying to speak for the people who don't want to speak or who don't want to show their face. I show my face. I put myself on the front line. You know who stabbed me in the back every time? Black men. You know who stabbed me in the back every time? Black women. It's not a white man that's going at me. You know what I mean? And it's not even the immigrants. It's the FBAs who don't like what I have to say or don't like the attention that I get from what I'm saying because it makes sense and they wish they would have had said it. So the jealousy and the envy within ourselves is our biggest setback. I always tell people on my show, if we were more like the Jews, we would have went further. We would be unstoppable. I understand that we look at the Jews, we can see the wrong that they're doing, but I still study my enemies. What are they doing good? The one thing that they do great is stick together no matter what. They are about It's not about me. It's about my people first. They are about their people. You cannot lie about that. Whether you got to starve or the world got to blow up, their people are going to win. And they make no mistake about it. You might have the same skin complexion, but if you're not one of them, that's how they carry it. And I respect that highly. I wish we could do that.
Right. Let me read this super chat. And thank you to Torin Jones says delineation doesn't mean we can't collaborate. Everyone delineates from us. If you don't delineate, you'll continue to get scammed, used, and abused. Africans are tribal, Caribbeans are nationalists. I 1000% agree with you. Great comment.
Yeah, now we could collaborate, but we still gotta evaluate. We still gotta move with a sense of caution, because we always the ones with our arms extended, and we're always the ones getting stabbed in the back at the same time with our arms extended and being betrayed and undermined. We don't undermine any other group. We don't. We're the ones that get taken advantage of. Our culture gets stolen. Our intellectual property gets stolen. Everything we invent, people try to take ownership of it. Or people try to say, well, we've invented it first, or we're doing it better, or we own it now, or we're the voice for it. Like we just let everybody into what we start. So we have got to, draw the line in the sand and say, hold on, we control this, whatever it may be, whether it's music or, whatever.
But let's just stick to the basic control where you live at, your home, small businesses in your community. Control your community. Start there, because local politics is really the most important politics that affects us every day.
See, and this is what these old fried chicken Christian Negro leaders fail to realize. If you was going to protest anything for Black Friday or whatever like that, it shouldn't have been Target. Target is a corporation that actually employs Black folks and people of all colors and all cultures and just all races. Period. Not a problem. That's Target, not a person. Target is a machine. You should have took those efforts and said, we're not dealing with any foreigners in our community. Nothing but an FBA dollar is gonna go to an FBA pocket. Nothing but an FBA dollar is going to go to an FBA register. And then that would show solidarity where it really counts. So you wouldn't be going to, like, you got the bodegas, we got the corner stores. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be going to the corner store. All them people be shut down. But we patronize the people who hate us, openly hate us. And they don't have it. We don't give them any smoke, and they're completely safe. We hear so many stories about all of these old Black women getting robbed, or old elderly Black men getting stabbed or mugged or on the train or whatever like that. We don't hear nothing about the Arabs. We don't hear nothing about the Chinese store, the Chinese restaurants getting held up or whatever like that. No, they completely safe. They come over there and they don't have to worry about danger for real. You, as a Black woman, can't walk down the streets of Inglewood late at night. But a Chinese person can open up a store and close his store, jump in his Toyota, and drive home. Completely safe. Because at the end of the day, it just seems like Black folks they only want to do destruction. They always have that energy for their own people. Like I was just reading, I posted an article today on Facebook. 3 Black boys in Florida attacked a 9/11 survivor and killed him. But George Zimmerman is still running around Florida signing bags of Skittles and laughing and enjoying life and breathing air. So if you YNs want to crash out, crash out with a cause then. But you just over here doing BS. They don't.
But then you gotta look at what is their home life like? What are the parents not doing? Apparently,
definitely a parent, definitely a single mother. But that's another topic.
That's a whole nother topic. But it takes 2. So meaning one parent is home and one parent is MIA. That's bad, because the father, that's bad that you're MIA. So again, what are the parents not doing? That is why the kids are running crazy throughout this whole nation. I want to swing back to
I need to touch on that point because you make a valid point right there. And we need to expound on that. Black folks do not value marriage or family. A woman rather have a kid than to marry a dude. So, and you look at when you look at the Jews, they are about family. When you look at the Mexicans, they're about families. That's why they're together. That's why the unity is so strong because everything is family based. Everybody in our community got to get theirs. It's not about for the whole collective. That's why you start with having a family, then you have a community. We don't really have a community. We have a bunch of people just doing them. A lot of people don't even say hi to their neighbors. A lot of people been living next to the same person for 10, 15 years, ain't even waved at them. Couldn't even tell you their first or last name if you needed them because we're not social. The only time I've seen, and I come from a hardcore city. It was a culture shock when I went down in Tennessee and just people just saying hi to me for no reason. But because when I look at it, a lot of these people have families. They will walk around with their kids and their wives and stuff like that. And again, we don't value the family system. And there is the systematic, the system of it is business. That's why Jews do good business together. They practice nepotism. They're able to bring up people from the ranks of the family and stuff.
They set up infrastructure as well, not just in their community, but interstate as well. So it's a practice. I don't want to go far too off into why we're like this because we could say that for another show because it's kind of deep. That's a rabbit hole that does need to be explored and dissected and talked about. But I want to ask you this before we move on to the clips. So I put Survivor in FBA because people was getting at me, honey, because I was sticking up for Professor James Small, and Tariq had said he's done with him or whatever, but people were getting on me because I was defending Professor Small. And again, going back to people are entitled to their opinions, freedom of speech or whatever, freedom of press. And people think they have the power to cancel. Black people can't cancel nothing. We don't have that type of power. Stop it. White people can't cancel nothing. You know who cancel? Government and corporations. Because if you actually look at really what's going on in this nation right now, because corporations, rather than stand, is considered a person. So they get all the benefits in the Constitution and amendments like we do, but they take precedence over everything. And it affects us in a negative way. They could cancel YouTube, Google, the CEOs, X, Elon Musk, Trump, and all of these secretaries of this. They could cancel. So, so stop running around here saying, well, cancel this person, cancel that person.
Well, what they really mean is silence.
You can't do that. You have no power to do that.
They just want to silence something that they can't.
Okay, so and that's the problem. And that's a problem. First of all, you don't have the power to do that. Nobody does. So the algorithm is always going to win. Their internet is always going to win. And these conglomerate corporations, the monopolies, they're always going to win. So stop saying, oh, I'm going to cancel this. You can't cancel shit. Because guess what? If you don't like and you subscribe, because a lot of people subscribe, that happened to me before. Well, what's going to happen is I could put out a video and get more of the people that I lost. So you can't silence someone. And that's when we talk about the mindset. You need to reprogram your mind. Stop thinking that, well, I don't like what you said, so I'm going to cancel you. That's not unity. That's not even delineation, but people think, oh, that's delineation. And it's not, because you're not doing anything.
No, I'm not going to say when we talk about this issue with the FBAs versus the Pan-Africans or the
I don't even think that was even a thing.
The other nations or whatever. We're not trying to cancel them. Like I don't want
a lot of people that say cancel.
I don't run around trying to report. Well, I don't try to cancel nobody. I don't try to report nobody.
Me either. But you got these struggle streamers doing videos, put my face and my name to get views. That's but see the problem with the struggle stream is they don't know the business. So they wake up to a strike and be like, what the hell? However, forget all that. But or it's not even that. It's just regular people on X. X is really toxic. And they hold these spaces and
forgot about FBA TikTok and oh my, it's wow, it's wow. But I love the drama. I love the conversation. You know what I mean?
That's all it is. It's drama.
These type of conversations spark debate. It sparks the need to want more, to go search for information, because a lot of people from our older generations didn't have the means to even research the things that we could research how we are now. Like back in the days, we had Encyclopedia Britannica and stuff like that. And who wanted to have all these books in the house? Now you got the internet, you got your smartphone, anything you thinking of or any question you have, you can literally go research it all day, every day, till you formulate your opinion and what you feel to be correct and right and exact. So that's the beauty of having these conversations. But a lot of people don't want to have them. They just get easily offended, you know, and they pick and choose what they want to be offended by. Like I got a long email from an African dude talking about, oh, you need to use your platform to uplift your people. And this, and that. I'm like, hold on, man. I show examples of the disrespect that the Africans are online showing, and I react to that and I give them the same smoke, but it's going to be better because I'm saying it. You know, I'm going to be way more entertaining, and my jokes are going to hit you like a foot up your ass. So it's not, I'm the wrong one to play with on that level, you know, because they're not funny, they're not witty, and they're popping it. They're literally online popping it, and they're hiding their faces and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, bring the smoke. It's fine. You know, but then when I don't back down, now it's like, oh, you need to use your platform to bring us together. Hold on, man. Address these videos I'm showing you of these people, what they saying, calling us Akatas, calling us non-culture. But every part of our culture you want to mimic. When you look at what's going on in Africa from the music side, the Dado, or what's it name, Davio, or Burner Boy, or they singers, they try to look like our sisters and the dudes over swag. Nobody's trying to be like y'all. Y'all trying to be like us and then still, you know, spit on what.
So I hear you, and then but see, that's what everybody do, whether you FBA or not. It doesn't matter. Everybody always inserts their opinion, but you know what? You could do that. Like you can never win against this social media. Nobody can. So, but everybody is allowed to express their opinions. I just don't respond or whatever. However, I think, you know, but when I didn't like that people were, oh, we need to cancel Professor Smalls. You can't cancel anybody, you know. Oh, he's just, it was a lot of disrespect that was really between two men.
Okay, let's talk about this, because a lot of people might not.
I just want to talk about it for 2 minutes because
we might not know what happened, especially my viewers. They may not have known about the whole.
They probably know, just don't care, and it's not, you know. And I don't want to rehash that whole thing. I'm just saying, for me, I did stick my nose in it because I know Professor Smalls personally, and I did not like the way Tariq Nasheed just basically said, oh, I'm through with him, F him, I'm through with him. And then everyone is going around saying, oh yeah, we're through with him because you dislike what somebody said. And if you don't know how to engage and dialogue with someone who you disagree with, that's a problem. But that goes back to me saying you don't have the power to cancel anybody, but you don't have to support them. You don't have to listen to them, you know, but
see, here's another thing too. What I noticed with just the content creators, a person cannot like one thing you do, and now that's everything you do.
Right.
A person could not like one thing you said, and that's everything that. So all this body of work that you love, and one thing that you don't agree with, now nothing I ever said makes sense and is valuable to your life. Like I've had personal testimonies from brothers that said I have helped them get through breakups, helped them get through relationships, helped them deal with a whole lot of stuff. But if they didn't like my stance on Trump, or didn't like my stance on the way FBAs are being treated, and we need to fall back and really look at this situation and look at, you know, are these people really being brothers? Or are they just pretending to blend in? Now it's, oh man, you know, I used to rock with you until I seen you how you, like, hold on, man.
Let me
You
bring
not
this
agree
up
with
real quick.
everything anybody does. Like, name somebody you agree with everything that they have ever done.
Right. So again, Wu said, it says he disrespected Tariq first. Well, first of all, what is disrespect? He critiqued Tariq. Again, people take them voicing their opinions about someone as disrespect. So there are things, Jap, that you may not say, well, I don't like it when you do this or say this or however, whatever. I don't like what you said, basically. That's not disrespect. So not liking what somebody
had a personal relationship with somebody, this should not be any of our business. He has that number. If he didn't like what was said, they could have talked like men. That's why I came up with the 30 code. That's why it's a lot of people.
What he said wasn't disrespectful. You can critique anybody.
Even if he felt it was, he could have voiced that to him personally, being that you have his information, you have means to talk to him. You don't have to talk through him or to the public to talk to him when you know a person in real life. That's why I'm held to a code. It's called 30 code. If I know you and you do something or whatever like that, it's not for me to go public. There are plenty of people right now in the so-called manosphere that I have completely separated myself from, who are currently doing crazy stuff and doing things that are contrary to everything I believe in as a man, a black man, as a straight man. And I won't be doing videos about them because I know these people personally. And if I see them, I'll tell them I have a problem with them. If they call me, I'll tell them I have a problem with them. I will speak to them and tell them my problem. My problems with them are not to tell you, because I'm not going to make everything public with a person I know private.
That's okay. So like I put up there, he was like, I guess she's saying Professor Small should have called Tariq, but that's not.
No. Tariq should have called Professor Smalls.
Right. Now that's like you. Let me just give an example. That's like you go on somebody's platform, somebody's interviewing you, and somebody said, "Hey, what are your thoughts on, Dana with the data and going around here saying, she has the data or whatever." Just asking you about the way I'm moving or the things I'm saying or whatever I, trademark, right? And that whole movement. And then you give your opinion, whether it's critique or your opinion or whatever, because it's not it may not be all pro, I agree with her, because you may say, well, I don't agree with everything she says, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, that's a respectful way to disagree. I'm like,
and that's what he did.
But I'm not, I'll call her, I'll talk to her, man. We'll have a conversation about it. Y'all won't hear about it.
Now, again, that's what Professor Smalls said. That's how he said it. Now, if I heard it and I felt some kind of way, I'm calling you on the phone. Nigga, what's that? What was that about? Blah, blah, blah.
Quiet as is kept for the people out in the streets. Dana has called me.
Yes.
If Dana was phony and she was fake, there would be beef videos about Minister Jap out here.
It was at one time I called you like, why? Like I went off. You was like, oh my God. You went to editing and stuff, whatever it was, but it was a phone call behind the scenes that I didn't.
But that's what real people do. That's the times you said some crazy stuff or dealt with people I don't rock with.
Right.
We talk about it. That's not for nobody to know nothing. That's what real people do. If you're real, but if you're a cartoon character online, then you just need everything for content. This is the results that we get,
right?
And especially like you got to move with a form of composure and decorum, especially when you deal with people in real life. Tariq and Professor Small done business in real life, and they know each other. You got a mural on the side of your museum. And paying homage to him. So a courtesy phone call could have been had, a conversation could have been had before anything went public. Because once things go public, it never really gets resolved, because now all of these people who are not involved now have an opinion, and now it has become, it's got legs that it shouldn't have. If you really want to rectify a situation, if you know somebody personally, hit them up. But like if it's somebody I don't know, that's like I don't know Umar Johnson. This is just a dude out here. My gripe with Umar Johnson is I'm a dude who actually donated. I'm a dude who actually show up to your lectures. I believe in you because I want you to do right by black boys. I'm let down as a fan and as a supporter. So I'm gonna voice my opinion. I don't know you personally. It's not like we speak or whatever like that. But if I did know him personally, the argument would have been had. Like with Kevin Samuels. There were plenty of real arguments that I've had with Kevin Samuels, even before he died, and nobody will know the dynamic of that. Did I agree with a lot of the stuff that he was doing as was getting bigger? Hell no. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But people think that, oh, that's your man's. But yeah, it's my man's. That's why he gets the courtesy of a phone call to where I'm like, hey, man, this is out of pocket. And he will hear that from me. You won't get a video from it. I'm way too creative. I'm way too more creative than that.
Right. And you can't please everybody. Because people are entitled to their opinions and how they feel or whatever. And at content creators, we can't be emotional, especially if you're a business content creator, a real content creator. But people are still going to walk away with how they feel about something. But I just think when you reach a certain level, you do have to move. I feel as though slightly different. We can't really move the way listeners move. It's different for us. And when I don't see that happening, when I
calculate it has to, you got to think about the outcome. And I don't think the outcome was thought out on either side.
Right. And the problem with the problem with Professor Small, why it was not calculated on his side, first of all, he's not only is he not a content creator, he's not on social media. And I'm sorry, first of all, you are known in the streets, but you are also known in the public because of Tariq Nasheed being in all his documentaries. So yes, he did not calculate it, but it wasn't malicious. I know for what he was saying was not in a malicious way, specifically towards Tariq. When he was talking about CIA and that co-op stuff, he was talking about people who running around here saying they FBA, but they're doing some other foul mess, like that guy Sir Major who's locked up for fraud.
Yes.
Or or T.S. Giselle talking about she the first lady of the FBA. Yeah. He's talking to that type of fuckery.
Yeah, and see that could have been all resolved and clarified with a man-to-man conversation. And a lot of times too, like younger generations, we see the error in okay, we look at the baby boomers, right? We like, man, the baby boomers, they're so disconnected. But we still gotta understand that they're elders. They're still learning how to text message. So they don't really know how this social media game goes, and they don't know the power of the tongue on the internet, spewing out whatever you're spewing out and how that's going to be taken. So yes, Tariq should have been like, listen, I'm more experienced in this realm. Let me give you a call. Let me tell you, man, you can't be doing that. If you feel like that, just talk to me, whatever like that, and we can talk, but you cannot be having interviews saying this, and this could have been resolved behind the scenes. We'd never be hearing about or talking about this. But at the end of the day, a lot of older people never gonna understand young movements because they're really not in it. Right. They don't really have skin in the game. He's coming at the FBA situation with the same chip on his back that he had from when COINTELPRO was doing what they were doing with the movements of his day and time. So that he's gonna always be like, kind of like how everybody was like, oh, the white man. Well, he's like the CIA. The CIA, you got to watch out for these CIAs. You got to watch out for these. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that we're dealing with a whole nother enemy. We're dealing with a digital enemy. We're dealing with an enemy of feminism. We're dealing with, agendas, LGBT, children getting messed. We got a whole lot of other agendas out here right now. It's not directly a white man because most of our enemies, present day, me and you, if we were to write down all of our direct enemies right now on the internet, all of them would be black folks. And most of them will be FBA.
And so and this is my last thing going, and then I'm going to move on. It's bigger than just two individuals, but the mass of people even the people I'm seeing in the chat, you're focused on two individuals and you think that you have to pick a side. Well, I don't like him because he said this about him. It's bigger than those two. It's not even about Tariq or Professor Small.
Hold on, let me grab me a water real quick. Let me grab the water. Go ahead.
Okay. But the problem is we all are making it about two individuals, and it's not. Our problems are way bigger than their spat, whether they're ending their friendship or not. And so why do we as a collective focus on individual people and not the bigger picture? And when you're not focused on a bigger picture, you're not focused at all. And that's just not a Black thing. All of Americans, we're all on social media, but we're talking about Black today, specifically, Black Americans. When you focus just on one person or two people, then you're not focused on the mission. You ain't.
Now, the title is Surviving, what is it? FBA versus Pan African.
Yeah, we already talked about that. We gotta get into the clips because I want to get into the Black Friday thing first.
Oh my God. Ain't this the second year they try to do this? Didn't they try to do this before?
Yes, let me make this.
Who was the preacher? Wasn't it Jamal Bryant?
Jamal Bryant.
Oh my God.
So it says online shoppers in the U.S. spent a record of $11.8 billion on Black Friday, marking a 9.1% increase from the previous year. According to Adobe Analytics, the Black boycott of Black Friday called on by many celebrities didn't work.
Hey, is everybody on track? Because this Friday ain't
You need to stop. Hold on, stop her real quick.
We ain't buying
Hold on.
shit.
You're not gonna tell me you don't remember when she did Kamala and Michelle. Oh my God, she is the biggest fried chicken Christian they got. Come on, Auntie.
We ain't buying shit. Well, I stand up and never quit. We ain't buying shit. From the 25th of November to the 5th of December. Remember, we ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. This Friday ain't black. Cause we got each other's back. We ain't buying shit.
All right.
So,
Put some lemon pepper and some hot sauce on that. I'm sold. You ain't buying nothing? Get out. I would kick you out. Everybody saying they ain't bad shit. You gotta go. Trespass. Like, fam, it didn't stop nothing. It didn't stop nothing. This is why this is stupid. First of all, you got to start with the root of why they buying. It ain't because of Black Friday. This stuff don't even have to be on sale. The root starts with Christmas. Black folks gotta let go of the fictitious Christmas. If they not willing to let that go, it's nothing you can do.
But you know what else they gotta let go? They gotta let go Kwanzaa, because that was COINTELPRO. From the root to the tutor.
Professor in California or something that came up with Kwanzaa or something like that.
Karanga, the US organization.
Yeah, all right, man. But you know what? I'm not mad at somebody for making up a holiday.
No,
No,
the CIA told him to make up that organization so that white people, businesses, and corporations can prosper and to keep a lookout on certain Black people. He was CIA agent. He was working for them. He actually shot and killed a lot of Black people who, like, I think it was, what did the judge say? Bunchy Carter, and this is on the UCLA campus. Like, yo.
But here's the thing, though. I personally, I don't know one person in my life. I've been around 40-something years. I don't know anybody who ever celebrated Kwanzaa or can even tell me what it's about. You know what I mean? I guess it was to combat Christmas, but do we really celebrate it? Did it work?
I meant to share this. I'm tired of her.
Who is that?
Tamika Mallory.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I thought it was Jasmine Crockett for a second.
No, but I'm tired of her ass. Like, she swears she like that is the new and up and coming Al Sharpton.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see something.
It's like, okay, we not buying shit. Okay, good. Why y'all up here wasting time? Move out the way.
Right. Why are you not pushing for at a black business?
Yeah, like again, this boycott should have been at every Arab clothing store in the hood, every bodega, every corner store, every liquor store. This boycott should have been in every one of our neighborhoods and in front of every foreigner who's been taking advantage of the black dollar and not giving back. That's what it should have been. Target, there's a little black girl right now, probably 16 years old, working at Target. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep doing this BS and now these people don't got jobs. We don't got a Target right now on the South Side because of these stupid protests. You know, and our Target, white folks didn't come shopping up there. Black folks did. And our Target, it employed majority black folks because no white folks want to work there. No Mexicans want to work there. And it's just like that in the Mexican neighborhood. It's just like that in every other neighborhood because we're a real segregated city. So at the end of the day, Target is not being racist. Target is a machine and it's just doing what the demographic of the area that it is. Those people are going to shop there. Those are going to be people who are going to even fill out the application to even want to work there. So when you're shutting these businesses down, you're really shutting down the economy that's in your community that's actually paying taxes, because a lot of our taxes went up because big corporations have left Chicago. You look at the Magnificent Mile and all that stuff, our taxes went up because they're not eating up the tax dollars because you done ran all of these places out of here by looting and robbing, and they're like, oh, we're not going to deal with black folks. You know what I'm saying? We're going to just take this out to the suburbs.
So I want to play this clip. This is another promoting to tell people not to shop.
All year long, people have been asking me, what can I do? Well, this Thanksgiving week, you have an answer. Don't give your money to businesses that don't value you. If you're tired of companies like Target eliminating DEI programs, tired of Home Depot allowing ICE raids in their parking lots, tired of billionaires like Jeff Bezos using their money that you give him on Amazon to buy.
What?
I'm not tired of Home Depot ICE raids. I want to see more of them. I'm sorry, I'm pro ICE raid. Please give us more. Go ahead.
Gifts for a wannabe king in a gold-plated Oval Office, then this is your time to shine. Two major economic pressure campaigns, Mass Blackout and We Ain't Buying It, are asking us to be intentional about how we spend our money and our time this Thanksgiving. We Ain't Buying It focuses on Amazon, Target, and Home Depot, while the Mass Blackout gives us dozens of options. You can not spend your money this week, stop working, cancel your subscriptions, or even move your money from a big bank to a local credit union.
Nobody's not canceling Amazon. Amazon is too big to fail. No.
Stop it. Whoever holding that camera phone right now probably got the case and the and the what do you call it, the jib or whatever they hold it on from Amazon. Shut up, clown. Shut up, Melvin.
California, another group organized a clever anti-ice campaign by buying 17-cent ice scrapers from Home Depot and then immediately returning them, clogging up the lines and disrupting the store. The two big holiday campaigns ask us to support small businesses, local shops, and companies that affirm our humanity. And there's no better time than Black Friday week, when American consumers are projected to spend an average of $622 per person.
So all that to say, he said all that and it still failed.
It backfired, and it actually, they did better than last year. So cut it out. You know, you're putting more hype and giving them more attention than they had. This is really marketing.
Hold on for a second. Pan-Afghan scam. Nobody up here is a tether, honey, but apparently maybe you are.
He just want to be heard. I mean, when you got people who come in the comment section, dancing from comment section to comment section, and don't even got the heart or the courage to show their faces, that just goes to show you that these be just some miserable people living in their room with their feet stinking. You know what I mean?
Anthony Davis is right. Target was selling Carol's daughter back when it was actually Black owned. Exactly. I think Target was probably the first major distribution selling a Black owned product nationwide.
I did a video last year when Al Sharpton and them was doing this Target boycott, and it was putting it was some Black lady. She had a seasoning or something. It was a Black owned seasoning company, and it was basically just ruining her business, because Target was one of the only people who let her put on a mainstream scale, let her put her products on their shelves, and it was selling, you know. And she was like, "Why don't y'all just y'all putting Black folks out of business? We getting our foot in the door. Now you just shooting us in the foot."
Right.
You know, again, these movements and these boycotts are never well thought out, especially when you got the old baby boomer Negro fried chicken Christian. All they know is march and picket. All they know is march, picket, bullhorn, we shall overcome, no justice, no peace, the same old saying. And you're going to have Al Sharpton walking through Costco and all. Man, people going to have to eat, man. Because none of these Black folks that you got behind you know how to farm. They don't even know how to skin a chicken, wring its neck, and drain it. They don't know how to do any of that. They don't know how to do any of that. They can't grow their own fruits or vegetables or nothing like that. Cut it out. We're American. This is America. They employ Black folks. Knock it off. You had an old fight. It is not the 60s anymore. It's just not. Right. Our fight right now is getting our not being the priority minority anymore. We were the minority. Now we got immigrants taking that spot.
Perfect segue. Perfect segue. Wait a minute. Let me get GLS with the donation. Say please more ice with the $5, and then say Biden set the stage for all this BS to happen. Shout out to GLS coming through on the chat. We are simul streaming right now. Me and Dana on the same. She's on her stream. We on my stream. We putting it together. So we might have to do this on Sunday, man. Yeah. All right. So let's get into the illegals, right? Because let's see.
Deport them all. I don't care. I don't care. I have no heart for this. So
this is big. It's been confirmed that Minnesota Somalians haven't stolen millions from American taxpayers through fraud. They're stolen billions.
Get them out of here.
And so
I want them gone.
I'm gonna play this clip. It's about 3 minutes.
Did money from Minnesota taxpayers earmarked to feed hungry children wind up in the hands of a Somali terrorist group? The allegations center around a massive welfare fraud case being brought in Minnesota. A 78th defendant was charged just today. And now reports are coming out that some of the stolen money may have wound up in the hands of Al-Shabaab, a Somali-based terror group. In response, President Trump says he intends to end deportation protections for about 700 Somali nationals in Minnesota, calling Minnesota a, quote, hub for Somali gang networks, though he's provided no evidence for that. So what are the facts on the ground? Investigative correspondent Rich McHugh is at the federal courthouse in Minneapolis, Minnesota for us tonight. Rich, what are you learning?
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, we're at the federal courthouse where that 78th indictment came down just a few hours ago. All of it tied to Feeding Our Future. That's the corrupt nonprofit at the center of all of this fraud. We spoke with current and former federal sources, and they tell us billions have been stolen since 2019, that Minnesota is just riddled with fraud, and that a lot of this money goes back to Somalia, and a cut of all that money has gone to the Al-Qaeda-linked terror group Al-Shabaab. But I want to reset this for viewers because it's complicated. This all stems from Feeding Our Future. That's the largest COVID fraud ever. These criminals opened more than 200 federal child nutrition program sites throughout Minnesota, and sites lied, claimed to be serving meals to thousands of children a day. They created fake attendance rosters, fake invoices, and the government reimbursed them. David Gaither, he's a former state senator here. He saw this firsthand.
Rich, this is the Safari restaurant in downtown Minneapolis. This is the epicenter of some of the biggest fraud and waste and abuse in this area. The owner right now is currently in jail, federal jail.
Good.
This restaurant, which seats about 35, supposedly served 18,000 plus meals a day.
A day?
A day for 7 months. 18,000 plus.
Now, Minnesota Rep. Ilhan Omar, she was a fixture at this restaurant, the Safari, during her run for office. I think we have a photo of her at the restaurant with her supporters in 2018.
She married her
Feeding
brother.
Our Future, that's that corrupt nonprofit. It was the epicenter of it, but others spawned from it. There were home relocation services, child autism. They were bilking $399 million in services fraud in 2023 alone. To date, 86 people have been indicted and counting. Federal authorities tell News Nation 79 of them are of Somali descent.
We've been holding accountable those that are perpetrators of the crime. But we are not holding accountable those that created the opportunity to have those perps do what they did.
And that would be?
The policymaker, the Attorney General, and the administration.
Now, federal sources that we've spoken to, several of them, said the same thing to me, Elizabeth. They say there's a saying in the Somali community here that when it rains in Minneapolis, umbrellas go up in Mogadishu. That just about sums it up. Back to you.
Wow, almost 100 people charged in this scheme so far. Rich McHugh reporting in Minneapolis.
This is the problem with immigrants. They want to be Somalians in America. They don't want to be Americans. Their loyalty lies with Somalia. They will do anything, even crime, in the name of Somalia, as well as all of these other immigrant groups. You know, a lot of these people are not here to assimilate. They're still trying to build a little bitty Somalia inside of America. And that is a big problem. I really wish, if I had my way, I would cut off immigration for 20 years. You know, it's just not needed. It hasn't helped. And now we're starting to be betrayed and undermined by the people that we let in to have this better life, to have this American dream, but they don't want to be Americans to even have that dream whatsoever. Give them programs and help them get their footing in America, and this is how they repay us.
So you said that Ilhan Omar married her brother. And I'm like, well, I don't think that was true. Well, it is an investigation. I want to play this clip here. Because
dude, she got married three times back to back within like a year and a half span before she got with that white man.
Right. And one of the marriages were her brother, I think, to get him over here or something.
Yes. To secure
Minnesota Democrats, media, and the Department of Justice have continually ignored strong evidence supporting the fact that Ilhan Omar may be directly involved in tax, marriage, and immigration fraud.
In 2002, Omar married Ahmed Hirsi in a religious ceremony. Hirsi is the father of Omar's 3 children, and is pictured often with Omar and their children on their campaign website.
In 2016, Minnesota journalist Scott Johnson received a tip about a post from a Somali community website containing marriage certificates alleging Omar married her brother, Elmi, in February 2009, in order for him to immigrate to the U.S. legally, despite the fact she'd been married to the father of her children, Hirsi, over a decade.
This clearly proved that any such second marriage might be bigamous under Minnesota law as well as fraudulent.
Later in August 2016, Further investigations into legal documents and filings in Minnesota by journalist Priya Samsundar uncovered evidence supporting the allegation that Ilhan Omar married her brother, Ahmed Nursaid Elmi, in 2009.
The 2009 marriage license to Elmi lists the same address as one filed for a Minnesota business 3 months later in May 2009 for One to One Cafe by Hersey, the father of Omar's 3 children.
That means Ilhan Omar was living with both her real husband Hersey while still married to her brother Elmi.
Omar has continued to deny the allegations, dismissing them as baseless rumors and fake journalists on bigot blogs despite mounting evidence.
High school record evidence also support the claim that Elmi is indeed her brother and graduated in 2003 from Arlington Senior High School in St. Paul, Minnesota, with enrollment records that state he was born April 4th, 1985, the same birth date listed on Omar's 2009 marriage certificate to Elmi.
As troubling details mounted against Omar, members of the Somali community were threatened into silence through intimidation tactics and physical violence on themselves and their families still back in Somalia. In an obtained Facebook Live video from August 18, 2016, a woman identified as the Associate Chair of the Somali American Caucus speaks. And in translation, she states in plain terms that any Somali that talks about Omar's personal life, including marriage discrepancies, is an enemy of the Somali community. Credible sources in the Somali community have stepped forward and provided Alpha News with information in exchange for anonymity, along with members of the 2003 class have also identified Elmi's father as
Nursaid Elmi Mohammed, the same man who calls himself father to Ilhan Omar.
Now, this information was around when Biden was in. They never pursued it. All we got to do is get one crime on Ilhan Omar and she's deported. It's out. And that misappropriating funds, can you hear me?
Yeah, I was muted. Okay. I was going to say Trump, he already sending someone to investigate her taxes. They get the taxes, of course, the marriage with the brother,
misappropriation of them funds from that whatever foundation they had.
Foundation, Medicaid, the food.
It's not far-fetched to think that she would marry her brother because they have a whole federal investigation on Minnesota being one of the biggest places in America right now for marital fraud. That's people who are marrying people for the sole purpose of just to make them citizens. It was like the first week they arrested and found over 1,000 cases of people who did the marital fraud in Minnesota. So this is a very common thing. And one thing, if you've been looking at the Somali community, they are very tight-knit. They are very tight-knit. They deal with each other. So if one person figure out the hustle, we gonna all do this. You know what I mean? And they work together. That's the thing, the togetherness of it. Even though they're doing crime, they're doing it together. So it's not far-fetched to believe that Ilhan Omar would have done the same thing if she could bring her brother. If you look at what the hell Somalia looks like, you know, you'll probably marry your auntie.
But do you know the reason why there are so many Somalians in Minnesota? And this was under, I believe, either Barack or Bush, when we had troops over there, the Somalian war. So what America allowed was the refugees of Somalia to relocate and come here because they're a war-torn country, and we were in there with the military as well. Yeah. And I think this was started under Bush. So and throughout the decades, you see an increase. That's why they're heavily populated in Minnesota. We created the pathway for them to set up. And listen, you can't be mad at that. I'm mad at the scamming, but when they got here, like you said, they worked together and they politic together. They started running for office, and that is how you increase your power in a community and your stronghold. I want to just play this quick clip because, I guess with all this
is what you've been saying about, implementing policy, we got to get the right minds into politics, because if you really think about it, after Farrakhan transcends, Jesse Jackson is almost there. Like we Sharpton. I don't like to consider. I don't think they are good leaders, but they are. They're in the. Unfortunately,
they're grifters. They're the real grifters.
But at the end of the day, present day right now, who do we have as Black leaders? And then who do we have as Black politicians that uphold a foundational Black agenda? Not just being the skin color and not just coming to church and just having a plate of fish and doing the electric slide. No, actually got something in place and who knows what we come from and what we have been striving for, and that's not going to sell us out. That's a true freedom fighter for Black folks. They're not going to include everybody else and make everybody else Black folks who really not Black folks. We don't have that right now. We don't have one new leader.
Well, it is not even about a leader. It's about leading your community yourself. We don't have that. Again, I mean, okay, on a national stage, okay. As far as leaders, we don't have that at all. Locally, it is really us that's supposed to be our own leaders locally, and people are not getting. You get it because, first of all, you're a homeowner and you have a business, even though it's an independent business. But they're not understand when you become a homeowner, you're going to be paying attention to that city council, county, because you're paying city, county, and state taxes, correct?
Yeah. So we had this conversation the other day. Most Black folks right now, present day, are more distracted with Trump. But Trump don't affect your day-to-day. Like if you're from Chicago, who affects my day-to-day? Brandon Johnson. That's my problem. That's my direct problem right now that we face. Brandon Johnson, and none of our aldermen even like him, but Brandon Johnson is a direct problem. So they will utilize the fact that it's so marketed to hate Trump and blame Trump on everything that you will turn a blind eye to your mayor. Like New York's going to have a big problem because now you have what the bright ideas of an idiot we have in Brandon Johnson, and you just times that times 10. You're muted.
I'm muted. Yes, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, so you just times that times 10. That's going to be a problem. Shout out to YG.
I need your donate. I need your donors.
Man, this is the church, man. They always gonna show love. They know. They know.
Right. The church do show some love, honey. So it says James Paul.
You can see it. You can see my comments too.
Yeah, I see it in the restream, and I put it up on the screen here.
Okay, go ahead.
James Small feels that Pan-Africanism is more legitimate than FBA lineage, which is not, because the white man called them Africans. However, as FBA, we define ourselves. Calling Tariq ignorant delegitimize his own position. I can't see what else they put, if they put something.
I'm forgetting the origin of African names. Now, a lot of people have been in your chat screaming it, and a lot of people in my chat screaming it. You might have to play the video because a lot of people don't know what was actually said. Because now they're getting a lot of hearsay. Because I still haven't watched the whole thing in its entirety, and maybe we have to just revisit that.
Yeah, let's revisit that because I want you to watch the whole video. People are just playing a sound bite.
Okay, because I can't honestly say that I watched the whole video. All I said was just
you saw the sound bite.
His reaction, I think a phone call could have been made.
Yeah.
That's all I did. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was that serious. And then, like, me and you both knowing what era he comes from, they're going to blame everything on the CIA. You know what I'm saying? Anything.
But again, they're not wrong to do it, but they know how that type of thing works. And it's not so much on a federal level. It could be on a state level.
That type of stuff starts the division right there, Mr. Small.
Right. And you know what?
But you see, dude just come. He go to my chat, go to your chat, just playing around. We having a real conversation. You ain't even real enough to show your face, coward. So, like, go ahead and move around, kick rocks, or start your own channel and speak your voice and stand on something. Go ahead. I hate those type of clowns, man.
No, it's annoying too, because the thing is, if 80, if not almost 80, he lived, honey. He was out there. He did his part to the fullest. Not only that, he was an educator. He was a professor at university. So stop playing with his name. Like, y'all don't want people playing with Tariq's name. You know what I'm saying? That Tariq has done a lot of good things. Don't play with that man. You don't know him. You never read none of his books.
Even if I don't agree with the elder and they still doing good work and they still, still out here and they still doing respectable.
Everything that man has done could never.
If it's one thing I don't,
stupid person typing in the chat, whatever.
Yeah, and you can't even put a profile picture. So that my thing is this: there is a way to still handle elders. He's still an elder at the end of the day, and he was respectful enough for you to want to have him on a mural on the side of your museum, and he's been in countless of your movies and stuff like that. You can disagree with what the elders say, but they still the elder. You say, like, my mama can say something out of pocket. I'm not gonna curse my mom out, even if she dead wrong. Even it's still my mama. So I'm like, all right, man. Sometimes you just let it fly, and maybe they'll come back to you, be like, I was wrong about that, but you still don't. You still owe them a conversation behind the scenes. That's all I was saying from a respect point of view.
Let me say thank you to Finbad Productions. He sent me a Cash App, and that's one of your supporters. Thank you. First of all, I want more of your supporters on my channel.
you got a lot of haters, man. They be passionate about it. I thought I had some haters, but I got some haters too. I got a lot of haters too. Hey, shout out to Todd with the $2 on the Cash App. I see you. Shout out to CA with the $5 on the Cash App. I see you.
So here's the thing. The future is Africa. Business. And
hold on. Where you going with it? You saying the future? That's where you're gonna lose me. I don't want to step foot in Africa.
I do.
So see what we having? This is called a disagreement.
Right. So listen.
I don't want to smell Africa. I don't to sit on a plane for 18 hours to be around that. It just doesn't excite me. They haven't marketed Africa well to have the desire to want to go. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I ever was blessed to get some tickets to go to Africa, they're yours, Dana. You could have them. I don't want them. Shout out to Finbad with the 10 on the Cash App. I'm good. But go ahead. Say your piece about Africa, because I'm good with that.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Business-wise, yes, it is. White man said it. Wait, let me finish. White man said it, so all you black folk, y'all gonna believe it. But I'm going to Africa. I'm going to Senegal because, honey, I'm gonna be taking photos in the Pink Lake. Yes. And I plan on going to South Africa. Yes. But business-wise, so this is why it's important for Black Americans to get reparations and restitution. And with that, and even while we fighting to get it, what we need to focus on is economic empowerment to set up infrastructure here and set up infrastructure internationally. Every group, that's what they do. They set up infrastructure here, and they also set up a bridge of infrastructure internationally. You have to.
Let me ask you this. I want
to play this clip first, so it's
Germany gave the Jews their reparations.
So did France, and so did United States.
Don't Africa need to be cashing in too?
Of course, but don't we need to start here where the damage was done at first?
The damage was done when they put us on the ship.
No, damage is here though. We see you could go ahead and try to fight for whatever
all the riches, all the diamonds, all the gold, all the wonders of the world in Africa. Okay, cut the check, Africa, for the people you've done wrong that kicked them over here and you did away with and you never looked back.
Listen, you are not going to win that. You're not going to win that.
Because Africa don't got no love for us.
I don't care. And when it comes to reparations, it's here. It's here.
You're letting Africa off the hook.
No. If
yes.
Okay, so you saying that we should forget about demanding reparations here and demand Africa
they
first?
all need to pay.
That's my question. Do you want us to demand reparations from Africa first, which is a goddamn continent? So then you got to go and trace multiple countries.
Oh, we can start getting down to business then.
So should we demand it from Africa first? That's what you think? Then the United States?
I think it'd probably be easy to get a piece of whatever. 40 acres and a mule is right there.
It won't. And
how many uncharted areas of Africa that they can give away?
And you know what will happen? They will put your black ass on the wall and shoot you. Because that's how they get down over there.
You see? And now you talk about some being Pan-Africans and love and be one big black bowl of
you ain't talking about me being Pan-African. I'm not talking about being a Pan-African. So listen, let me play this clip here for when I said Africa is the future specifically for business.
I'm listening.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me make this bigger. Oh no, I got to do it this way. All right.
Africa's time has come, and its turn has come. Unlike the first time of Pan-Africanism, Britain, France, and the United States can't stop it this time. Because Pan-Africanism was stopped from the outside, not from the inside. It was stopped by a bullet in the head of Patrice Lumumba. It was stopped by repeated overthrows by the CIA and MI6, and it cannot happen anymore. They don't have the power, they don't have the space, and Africa can prevent it.
I'm here.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, you play it again if you want to, but I heard it.
Okay, I'm gonna play it again.
Africa's time has come, and its turn has come. Unlike the first time of Pan-Africanism, Britain, France, and the United States can't stop it this time. Because Pan-Africanism was stopped from the outside, not from the inside. It was stopped by a bullet in the head of Patrice Lumumba. It was stopped by repeated overthrows by the CIA and MI6, and it cannot happen anymore. They don't have the power. They don't can prevent it.
This is not feasible. I'm gonna be honest with you. And this Pan-Africanism is it's like wishing on a star. It's not gonna happen. It's not feasible. The people in Africa are not even united. So how are we gonna unite with them? And we're not even united with and we're not even as big as the whole population of Africa. They don't get along even in their own country. Like what's going on in Nigeria is a sheer example of why we need to mind our business and get on our business and focus on us. Because we poking our nose and everything else and trying to worry about all of them. They got their own conflicts. They're tribal. They have problems. They don't like each other. So how can we expect them to like us? So this whole Pan-Africanism thing is a dream. It's not happening. No time soon. No time soon. No. They don't even view each other as brothers and sisters. So I'm not going to view them as my brothers and sisters. I can deal with an African on a case-by-case situation, a person-to-person situation. But as a collective, we know that they are told that we are a Katas. Stay away from the Black Americans. When you get over there, you know, you're not like them.
Wait. They're told that when they come here too. As soon as they go through the immigration process.
Yes, and that is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with you ignoring that, not you, but people ignoring that and acting like it's not true and that no, we rock with y'all. No, you don't. No, and you might rock with me, but your family don't. Your elders don't. Because that's what they've been teaching. Don't get mad at FBAs because now we recognize that you actually have an underlying hatred towards us. And it shows because we haven't got one ship sent back to send us back. We haven't had one war waged to right the wrongs that were done to us. A lot of Africans don't even know our history. If you want to
pump the brakes, a lot of Black Americans don't even know the history here. Stop. So let's stop back.
Well, facts, but what I'm saying is them being the actual wrongdoers of us don't even know enough about us or even care to know about it. They say, oh, you're lazy. You don't want to work. You don't want to do this. They're not hard workers. Oh, they complain. Oh, they're entitled. This is our shit. So yeah, we're entitled to it.
So, okay. So this guy here, his name is Jeffrey Sachs. He's an economist. He's talking, and this is why I'm saying we need to open up our eyes, right? And get out of our feelings.
Talk about investing in Africa. Then you got to talk about those Black folks that invested in Ghana and got swindled and scammed. Because one thing about Africans, they will scam.
Yes.
So now, you can't be surprised by Nigerians being the biggest scammers. You cannot be surprised about Somalians being scammers because they come up as pirates. They always stealing.
Right. So what he's speaking to is, and this is what white people do. The white supremacy, what everybody love to say, white supremacy. They take something like Pan-African, because Patrice Lumumba was Pan-African, and he's right. The whole decimation of Pan-African, in which they had actual leaders back in the day, all assassinated by their own people, but it was under control of European entities. And we still got to understand a lot of these African countries are still colonized, even though a lot of them are becoming very independent. China is there already building Silk Roads. United States been there with military, not so much building Silk Roads, but with the military. So we got to go in and take stuff. That's what Westerners do. We have the military there to control the resources. So what he's talking to is really people who already set up an infrastructure here and can automatically go to, let's say, Rwanda, even if it's Ghana, and start up a business and build that bridge of infrastructure. But these are already successful people here, or successful Black people in London, not your average Black person, not your average parent. He's not talking to a Dr. Umar. You get what I'm saying? He's talking to the earn your leisure type of guys. So if you, again, I'm going back to, it does start here in America with Black Americans. If you are smart you start here, control where you live at here, start your business, build your infrastructure, work together. Of course, fight for reparations. We may not see it, but
utilize
work
Africa.
together. Let me say this. Let me say this last part here. Start our business here, become successful, start an infrastructure, work together, fight for reparations. We won't see reparations, but my grandkids, your grandkids will see it. See, I'm doing it not for me, but we all talking about us. You got to look at it. I'm fighting for my grandchildren. You want us to fight and win the battle while we're alive so that they can reap the benefits. But what he's talking to is the successful Black people and really Americans here that could go there like Khalees. She started, her infrastructure was already successful here. That's why she was able to go to Africa and set up shop quick.
Hold on. Khalees the singer?
Yeah, wasn't we just talking about her?
I don't believe she's in Africa. She's just
no. Let me educate you. She's in Kenya. She bought thousands of acres of land and she's building a luxury resort.
Bravo.
Oh, she's not going on no sabbatical.
No.
She wasn't. Let me say this. She wasn't going over there because she's a Pan-African. Found her. No.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It goes back to that Oprah shit. You gonna start a school that's gonna benefit little African boys and girls over there, or you gonna start a school here to help your people? Because one thing about these other,
my whole point, Jap.
who their people are.
You missed my
They're
point.
not going to come over here and start something that you're going to be able to put. It would be better for her to start a resort in America and hire black girls and
Need
boys.
to stop, because I just said she started her business here. She started
a resort
here.
She has a resort.
Whatever business that she had here, hiring employees.
She was a singer here.
Listen.
What I'm saying is doing these wonders of the world in this third world country don't help the Negroes here.
You're not listening.
You just outlined her.
Right, so listen. Let me just
doing for your grandkids. How does that help the grandkids?
I just need for you to shut the fuck up. And that's the problem. People just talk too much. When you are a business person,
how does that help her bloodline here?
To answer your question, shut up.
Go ahead.
When you start a business here and you have the capital, you already have your business infrastructure, you have your networking tools, you're successful, you have the capital, your reach is longer. Setting a resort here is really harder for her as an individual to do here than to do it in another country. See, people don't understand that. I said in the beginning of this live stream, corporations here is considered a person. Corporations here, sorry, 1 second. She would need to have a corporation to open up a resort here. Now, for instance, you know
hold on.
No, stop. Let me finish. Let me finish.
All these so-called educated, successful sisters. We got Oprah. We got all these rich women. If they all got together, they could have did it.
Because you're not listening. You're not even fucking paying attention to what I'm saying. There are people. It is a black woman here who has a resort here. There are people who have resorts here that are black, but they are billionaires. So again, her money, which is, she was well off here. Say she had 5 million here and she invested $1 million in Africa. Her resort in Africa will probably take her $20 million here to open up a resort here. So it's easier to do it in Africa after you set up a successful infrastructure business here in America. Now, as far as management and executive level, she could hire Black Americans to work her resort there. The same way corporations do here. Do you get what I'm saying? So again,
what you're saying is, but the end of the story is that now we're building up Kenya and not Harlem. Now we're building up these third world countries that you say that have all the riches in the world. When they come here, they don't build up for us to have any type of benefit.
All right. So when they come here,
they always say, "Oh, we start businesses. We come over for whatever. We start business. We hire foundational black people."
Tantrum. When they come here and they open up businesses here,
they don't hire us.
Listen, shut the fuck up.
I'm telling the truth.
Who gives a fuck if they don't hire us? We're talking about Black Americans opening up a fucking business here. Now you got me cursing. Opening up Black Americans, FBA, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself.
I'm cursing. Why you cursing? Now my feelings are hurt.
You won't just be quiet and let me explain. I'm repeating myself with you. We're not talking to stop focusing on the immigrants. Focus on Black people. So if Black people, if more Black people open up businesses here and build up your fucking community here, you create a successful infrastructure. You have the power and the reach and the resources to bridge an infrastructure in another country, which is going to bring more wealth back to your community here. That's how business works.
First of all, we have no control over the politics in Kenya. So with the
money,
white European, her business of what she's being over there. Go under.
And the United States of America. You got listen. Look what's going on in Kenya.
It makes more sense to invest here.
She did, which
And
is allowing her to invest abroad.
It makes no sense to stop.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that Black
Stay in
Americans
America. Keep it in America.
Wait. You're saying Black Americans should never invest abroad?
No. It's more important for her to invest here.
But she did.
And she needs to continue.
Who said she wasn't?
Because investing over there in Kenya does not help our people.
I'm asking you this question.
You know why? You know why they're investing in Israel?
One person here. We're using it as an example. So again, what is I asked you the question. So you mean to tell me a Black American, when they open up and invest their business here in their community, Black Americans, plural, because you can't put this all on one person. You saying that they should never invest abroad?
It shouldn't be the priority.
Just said
because the fact the probability of maintaining and being successful there is very low.
Open up a business here in your fucking community, helping your community is successful. You built the infrastructure. You're telling me that I should never go and invest abroad?
You don't even know the politics of Kenya. But when you owning a business, you have to know how the laws and everything.
Niggas
be involved with Kenya. Now she has to really be involved with Kenya.
This is why we can't get ahead, because you have no vision.
The message you're saying is take your resources and invest them.
You have no vision.
Invest in themselves. Why are they putting a resort there?
You have no vision. You have no vision.
Putting their own resorts there.
You have no fucking vision. And let me just set the room real quick. We're using Khalees just as an example. We're really talking about a collective of Black Americans, because one Black person can't save Black America.
Akon tried to build a city.
And what? A scammer. He wasn't trying to build nothing. He was trying to scam.
Most Africans are to go over there and do business. To go over there and do business, as most Africans we know, they have the stigma of being scammers. So, knowing that if this business fails that Khalees has invested in, we will come back and revisit this conversation. It's going to be a totally different one. You're gonna have to concede.
No, because
there's a great chance that that's not going to work out.
We're using
where it is and the people that she's doing it with.
Right. We're using Khalees as an example of having the vision of, first of all, investing where you live at here, building up your community here, starting businesses here, creating a successful infrastructure, and then expanding. Because if you expand, so listen, the immigrants that come here, they don't go back home to live. They want to stay here, especially if they become successful here. But they are sending their money back home so that they can bridge that infrastructure there, which is going to make their community here more powerful and have more resources. What I'm saying is, listen, let me hear me out.
Money back home so those people can eat.
What I'm saying here is we need to build up our community here, and then have the vision of expanding to make our community even stronger.
Okay, the community here isn't built. She jumped the gun. What the hell are we worried about Kenya for?
Oh my God!
What has Kenya done for us?
It doesn't. I don't give a fuck. It's not about that.
Their claim to fame is that we come to America, we start businesses. Do you hire Black folks though?
Didn't I just say
no?
Why do you care? Stop focusing on the immigrants.
Because they are the problem.
Of what? Are they prohibiting you from opening up a business?
They're in the way.
No, they're not. How are they in your way?
They are the priority minority. They are the priority minority.
Hold on. Slow down. Did an immigrant prohibit you from owning your home?
No.
Now, let me ask you a second question.
But an immigrant can
hold on. Let me ask you a second question. No, let me ask you a second question. Why the fuck did you Black Americans, because that is it's foundational Black Americans in Chicago, ain't no mistake about it. So why the fuck did you foundational Black Americans keep voting for Brandon Johnson and Beetlejuice?
I'll tell you why.
And Ron Emanuel, who created New America to put immigrants in front of you Foundation of Black Americans in Chicago.
You ready?
You
ready for the answer? Are you ready for the answer? Are you ready for the answer?
Go ahead.
Fried chicken Christians. Old niggas. Old niggas.
No, there we are. No, that's our generation. It was our generation.
Everybody my parents' age and older are traditional, programmed Democrats. Voting blue no matter who. They don't have a Twitter account.
Our generation.
Information age. The millennials and up is going to be a very, very difficult time. But once those people croak off, because that is the majority of the voter base, these old Al Sharpton Negroes, they the ones that own homes. They the ones that actually will be outside first thing in the morning, can't wait to vote. You know what I'm saying? And they voted.
Hold on.
Color.
All right, so let me ask you this question.
They voted for Barack Obama, not because of his policies, because he's black.
They voted for Barack.
Because I was a young kid and my parents told me to.
You weren't no kid. You are a grown-ass adult. Wait, how old are you? Wait, how old
I was out messing, banging bras, riding around with rims and a sound system.
You know what? Wait, hold on.
You know what? I started paying real taxes and really got involved.
You know what the problem was? Hold on. While you were out
Obama's ways
and running the streets.
But hold on. Most kids do the same thing because
voting for their own interests.
We voted blue no matter who because of what our parents did us.
You were running around partying, but the immigrant came here and they were taking care of business.
But look at what they were told to do. Stay away from the black folks. We're us, they're them.
And that's why I stay away. I don't care. You know why I don't care? You know why I don't care?
Our strategic plan was vote blue no matter who. Republicans are racist.
Me and you working together.
Huh?
What does that have to do with me and you working together?
I'm not who I was.
No, I'm speaking in general. Again, you keep saying
asked why did black folks vote for Brandon Johnson? Because he's black, nothing else.
Right. Period. But you keep saying baby boomers, but it's our generation. What are you? Are you Gen Z? You Gen X?
Millennial, whatever that is.
Nigga, you past 40. Keep it a buck. Stop. You are Gen X with me. You're in my box.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Nigga, you 45.
Get the fuck out of here. I ain't no goddamn. See, you got me cursing. You got me cursing. I'm not no 45.
How old are you?
About to be 42.
Exactly. You're Gen X. You're not a millennial.
Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on. Generational years.
We ain't adding this part because we've been talking over each other. This just going to be what it is. The other parts we can add it up.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm a millennial. Millennials start at 81.
You are old ass millennial, which means you knew better.
So I'm not Gen X. You're Gen X.
Yes, I am Gen X. So again, I'm not a baby boomer.
It's you Gen X and you baby boomers. So the reason why we got the problem, the rate of people vote is because of you, the Gen X's and the baby boomers. That's y'all and on down. It is y'all clowns. Take it to the bank.
Somebody said you Gen Z. He is not no damn Gen Z.
Gen Z started in 97. Learn how to count.
It was a whole bunch of Gen X and millennials.
No.
And Gen Z voted for Kamala. Wait, stop, slow down. We know the baby boomers voting Democrat, but it was the Gen X, the millennials, and the Gen Zs voted for Kamala, and the Black Americans majority.
Now you still got the gays.
And so listen, 90% were women, Black women, 80% were Black men voted for Kamala. But that 20%, which I put myself in, voted for Trump.
We can't call them men, we gotta call them males. No man would take leadership from a woman. That's not manly. So, you voting for Kamala, you're not a man. You're a man.
Willis said, honey, I'm a boomer and I ain't no clown fool. I know that's right.
Hey man, if you voted for Kamala, y'all, you had a big box of Popeye's chicken. I'm not voting no Trump. We're gonna get Trump up out of there. You know.
The Haitians.
They're eating the dogs, eating the cats. Let's talk about it.
Well, Trump is rescinding their TPS, the temporary protection status. It expires February the 2nd or the 7th of 2026, 337,000.
Yeah. And I have no problem with that. Here's my thing. I don't care about any immigrants because they come here and they don't want to be American. They want to wave this flag in our face, and especially these exotic niggas. I call them exotic niggas because they always like to say, well, I'm not actually black, I'm Haitian. I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. I'm not black, I'm from Barbados. I'm not black, I'm from Trinidad. Okay, cool. Wave that flag back home. So it's all good. It's all good with me. You know what I mean? Like, end of the day, you love that place so much, don't cry when they send you back. And here's the thing, man, go back. They giving you you should go self-deport. If I was an illegal immigrant right now, I would self-deport. I'm gonna tell you why.
2 million did because the Trump administration, let me say this, 2 million did when he first got into office because he said he'd give them, I think it was $2,000.
Yeah, $1,000. And this is what these immigrants don't want to tell you. There is another place on earth that you can go ruin. It's called Canada. And Canada would love to have you in your BS and your BS customs and culture. You can go destroy. Look at Canada right now. It's one big India. You know, it's one big India and Starbucks and LGBT pride parade all in one. You can go over there and do as you please. America's not the only place. It's a whole world out here with a bunch of continents and countries you can go to that you can go ruin. Stop picking here. Just stop picking here. It's over. It's a wrap. You can go to Canada, no problem. They're not going to turn you down. You're from Nigeria, you're being persecuted or whatever like that. Go to Canada. Why not? Why here? Go to the UK.
Because
go to the UK.
It's the land opportunity.
This is always got to be here? No, you can go to UK. Foreigners are tearing UK apart. Go somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
Well, America wants immigrants here.
No,
our American government. Our American
Democrats do, because they're going to be the most gullible and appreciative voters. They come over here, their whole lineage, we wouldn't have been over here if it wasn't for the Democrats. Our whole family would be sitting around here eating mud pies if we was still in Haiti. So we're going to vote Democrat because we owe it to the Democrats to give them our vote and our loyalty for life, for our lineage, as a tradition of this family. That's what's going to happen. And that's how we're going to get replaced by immigrants. That's how they're going to replace the black vote, because the black vote is now waking up and it's shaky for them now. It could go either way. Before, it was automatically they didn't even have to campaign in black communities no more. Black folks don't want nothing. Sell them a dream, give them a bunch of free stuff, show up to the picnic, do the electric slide, take a couple of pictures, hold some babies, eat a plate of fried chicken, and you're down. That's how I used to it. Now it's not like that no more. Now we're actually asking real questions and they getting tongue-tied. They're not going to be asking no questions. They so happy to be here, they're going to do anything that the Democrats, they're going to do all the Democrat bidding. So yes, they are here to replace our vote.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let me play this clip here.
Pretty much a 50-50 issue, and that's fine, but some people think he hasn't gone far enough.
Scott, just a second. 53% say, let me just say it again, 53% say that the process for deporting people has been mostly unfair. My point is only that
it's unfair that it takes so long to get rid of
them.
You
have a final order.
I would answer it that way.
Please let the host of the show talk. My point is that what Naira is talking about, which is that there are some people who were fine with Trump saying he was going to get violent criminals out, all of that. And they did not believe, because I remember you were sitting at my table saying that, oh, Trump is going to start with murderers and criminals, and they're not going to really be able to get to all the other people because it's going to take too much time. That also didn't happen because there's been.
I hate when they keep utilizing that point as if he said he's not going to deport all illegals. The priority is, yes, we need to get the most dangerous ones out first. But that don't mean if they walk past a group of illegal immigrants that just might happen to be selling tamales or corn in a cup, that they just gonna let them go. They gonna go too. If they're a sitting duck, you're gonna go too. If you're easy pickings to be deported, yes, you're gonna go too. But yes, we're gonna get the rapists, we're gonna get the murderers, we're gonna get the people who are repeat offenders, we're gonna get the drunk drivers that hit people, the people who can't even drive. You were talking about Haitians, they can't drive worth a damn. Where were they at in Ohio? All on the side of the road, driving like they're driving a four-wheeler or a doom buggy? No. So at the end of the day, yes, if you get caught, you get caught. You know, if they pop up at a factory and it's nothing but illegal immigrants over there and they're easy pickings, they're not gonna pass them up because they're looking for one murderer. No, we got 80 people in this place right now, working right now, that we can round up. We're gonna round them up. So at the end of the day, everybody's going. Now, don't get mad at the order in which that they're prioritizing it. Okay, fine. But they're still going. If you're here illegal, you're a criminal. You broke into a country. Point blank, period. And we don't care about how sad your story is. There are people who have robbed banks because, oh, I needed to get money to fight breast cancer. So I needed to get money for surgery for my kid. So I robbed a bank. Sad story. Sorry to hear that. You're going to jail.
I'm sorry, I had to do something.
Yeah.
Somebody said Dana just want exotic dick. You stupid. Okay, let me finish playing the rest of the clip.
Indiscriminate arresting of people of all different stripes. And a lot of people in the middle who were okay with some form of deportation of violent criminals are now looking at that and they're thinking that things have gone too far.
I think that what Katie and
pretty much a 50-50 issue, and that's
and it's another clip that I wanted to play.
There's somebody who asked in the chat, who hires them and why? Greedy capitalists. Greedy capitalists hire them so they can have cheap labor. But we're not getting, people are acting like we have a bunch of neuroscientists and lawyers and doctors and dentists and the best scholars of the world kicking the doors down of the southern border to come over here. No, these are cherry pickers. These are orange pickers. These are tomato pickers. These are tortilla flippers. These are laborers. Like a lot of, and to my brothers out here who work blue collar, you need to be just as passionate as I am about deportation. These legal immigrants are taking a lot of you people who are in the unions and have your different carpentry jobs, roofers, plumbers, electricians, HVAC. These people in your way. And if you look at the trucking, just look at the trucking game and what they did in with all of these fake CDL licenses that they issued out to immigrants, and even the license didn't even have a name on it. It said no name given on the license. They're running around on the road taking jobs from good black men. For our felons, I said this too. A lot of these labor jobs could get a lot of these felons from being repeat offenders. But you clogging up the pipeline by bringing in somebody who couldn't do this so-called hard work that they so hard workers. They couldn't do it in their own country. They couldn't hack it in their own country. And they're coming over here and they're taking jobs that brothers could actually have. A lot of these kids that's running around here with the ski masks, the youngins and the shiesties. Yeah, the summer job game is done. You know why? Because Maria and all her little nieces are working at McDonald's right now, taking your order, who can barely speak English, where those little jobs like that were the jobs for the little high school summer kids to keep them out of the streets, to keep them out of trouble. Now they are being replaced by immigrants. So no, I'm not going to let up on immigrants or show any type of compassion or heart towards them. Deport them all. You came here illegal. You came here criminal. If you don't even know the laws of the land and can't speak the language, how can we expect them to obey the law?
All right, so I want to play this clip, and this to be the last clip, because they're talking about the Democrat politicians who called themselves, they created a video and uploaded online instructing the military to not take orders from their boss, President Donald Trump.
All right, so Scott, I'll let you respond to that because, I mean, obviously he feels strongly, but it's also in the context of Trump just coming off of a threat that these lawmakers should be tried for treason, and then he endorsed the idea that they could be hung for their alleged crimes. So there is a lot of retribution and violence coming from the president.
Well, he's plenty mad about that video that they put out, raising the idea that he's issued illegal orders. And in the days that follow, they went on television and were asked directly, what illegal orders? And nobody could name any. And one of them, that's supposed to be the smart moderate, Alyssa Slotkin, started citing Hollywood movies as the rationale for the video. So it seems pretty crazy to me that Democrats would raise the prospect of illegal orders and not be able to name any. Venezuela, look, there's a lot of differences of opinion out there. And on Comey and James, it wasn't about the merits of the case. It was about the appointment of the prosecutor, which is a different thing. But beyond all of that, my rebuttal to this is that the U.S. Constitution has been serving us quite well for 250 years, and there are remedies for everything in the Constitution. But the number one remedy for any political issue in America is called an election. And we just had one in November, and I think there's certain people that haven't gotten over it.
You heard about that, right? And that's actually treason to, as Congress people, to tell the military, don't listen to the orders from your boss, Donald Trump. That's why it's called illegal orders. Like, you never do that. And they should not be allowed to. They should be kicked out of their position.
And we can take it a step further. We need to get at AOC for putting out messages telling people how to evade being detained by ICE. Right. And they're doing that in Chicago. Brandon Johnson teaching the illegals how to evade apprehension. So when you're on the side of the actual criminal and not the side of the government, then yes, you are being treasonous. Salute the YGLTB1. He said we gonna usher you out if you keep cursing, Dana.
Yeah, so he says if Miss Dana continues to keep using profanity and not showing the church love, we're going to usher her out and take her microphone and usher her out in that order. No, you can't. And so this is what I mean by
you don't get the joke. It was Reverend Gino Green. He was having a debate and he said, take his microphone, usher him out, usher him out. He's having a debate.
Yeah, but the difference is my microphone. This is my platform too. This is both our platforms.
Oh my God, do you got Beyonce in the back? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I forgot you went to that goofy concert. I forgot you went to that concert. Oh, you would
make you small. Wait, let me see. What is this?
Oh.
Play me. Don't play.
I forgot you went to that concert screaming at the top of your lungs. At 60 years old, just going up in the Beyonce concert.
You goddamn right. And it was a whole bunch of other 60, 50, 40s, 30s, 20s, and 18-year-olds and teens and tweens up in there. Yes. And you know who gave me this?
Who?
Our mutual friend, because he worked in radio and was very successful for years, for decades. And he had this plaque and he gifted it to me. And
I need to get this BS out my house. People gonna start worrying about me. You want this? You want this? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Shout out to bro for getting that up out of his house, man. Respect.
3 million. This big diamond.
If I come through your crib as a black man and I see you got Beyonce on your wall,
right?
I'm gonna be looking at you funny, bro.
I'm gonna like bend over.
I'm like, so salute to you, bro, for getting that up out your house. You know, it was smelling a little bit like lavender candles up in here and shit. Man. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering what's going on, man. And you got Beyonce on your wall, bro.
Honey, I'm part of the Beehive. Like y'all part of the FBA hive, I'm part of the Beehive. Y'all part of the Tariq hive, I'm part of the Beehive. You can't come for us, honey. You can't.
I had one of the biggest debates today with my dad today, man. I gotta ask you how you feel about Letitia James. I personally feel that She did not prove her in it. Letitia James.
The Attorney General in New York?
Yeah, I feel she didn't prove her innocence.
Lock her up.
She don't need to be celebrating. And it's just a mishap. They jumped the gun. They got the wrong person prosecuting. You know what I'm saying? It's just her evidence is so damning. She might as well just walk to the jail and let herself in.
Yeah, she got a small little victory, but it was just a technicality. So you just regroup, lock her up, lock her up.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
With that, I thought you was gonna do your East Coast thing and ride with Sister Girl and them and all that.
First of all, I'm not a Democrat. Second of all, she on some other shit, and then I voted for Trump, so I definitely would not be supporting her. No. Okay, and I don't do a lot of facts. Listen, that I don't do the color like y'all do. I don't ride with you because you're black. You understand these people.
It's not about being black. It's her being a sister. So I thought y'all might go to this.
No, because evidently you don't pay to pay attention to my content because we was dragging Fanny. Let me tell you something. I don't care. I don't trust no politician. None. They're all liars. They're all cheap. These DAs, these attorney generals, no, they don't care about black people. They don't care about nobody but their own personal interest to stay in power. So they align themselves up with people so that they can keep their comfortable position of power.
Okay. As long as you ain't rocking with Letitia James, you all right with me.
I don't rock with none of them. None. Yeah. And this is Dr. Amos Wilson said it best. We, the people, are the forecasters. The politicians are just the presenters. But everyone got it so twisted. They got it backwards. You guys think that these politicians are the forecasters and they're not. It is us. And that's how you got to start treating them. And that's how you got to start moving. We are the ones that are forecasters of how we live and public policies that we need that's going to benefit our community. And if you're not working towards that, listen, if you're not working towards that locally, then you are the problem. Never mind nobody else. What are you doing to better your community? That's it.
Is there about to be another local election in Tri-State or New York or whatever?
Honey, the election just passed. It's November.
No. I'm talking about that was for the mayor.
But that was for a whole bunch of elections. Governors.
So they elected her again?
Who?
Letitia James.
No, she wasn't up for re-election. It was the mayor of New York.
That's what I'm talking about. Her position. Alderman.
Her position, she's attorney general. No, she's good for right now. Now, in 2026 is the midterms. That's Congress. So you need to pay attention who's running for Congress in what district are you? District 7?
Good question.
You don't find out. And this is why I'm saying that we stop worrying about the immigrants and worry about you don't find out what district are you in, senator, who's your council person, where's this feedback?
It's coming from your raggedy mic.
No, it's not. You don't.
Coming from your raggedy mic. And you're a representative.
Broadcaster. Listen, I want to say thank you. First of all, thank you, Jap. And hopefully we could do this on Sundays. Everybody on my channel and his channel, thank you guys for tuning in. And most importantly, thank you to everyone that donated. Caesar, Torin, and who are the other people? The Cash Apps. YG, GLS. Yeah.
This is one Jonathan Jackson.
Philip.
Democrat. Big teeth old nigga.
Philip says, if you can't own it and can't protect it, what is the point? Absolutely. Exactly. And that's the point that my only point that I was trying to make. The main point that I was trying to make. If you ain't owning it, if you ain't protecting it, what is the point? All this cancel, FBA, I don't like what you said, we need to delineate, but you ain't protecting and owning shit. Africans don't want to work with each other. That's true too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why? That's what I'm saying. We be so gung ho trying to push the line and push the agenda. We have to work with the African. Man, they got their own problems, bro. They got big problems. We not chopping. We shooting each other, but we ain't chopping each other up.
Oh, we never said not once hit the like button or share. We about to end, honey. It's 2 hours. I don't want to go over 2. This was good. So did you like this? Do you like this setup?
It's all good, man. You know, we gonna do this. It's cool. I like it.
So Sundays, you know.
Yeah, I'm about to do a show in a little while. Everybody who's in data chat, if you don't like me, make sure you subscribe. If you do like me, subscribe twice. I appreciate y'all for hating me, and I appreciate you for loving me at the same time. I'm light skinned.
On in his channel,
in the place.
If you love me, subscribe to my channel as well.
Yes. This is about light-skinned unity in the community. Minister Jap, aka Brother Beige. You know how we do, man.
Am I beige? What am I? Red bone?
Bread color.
No, I'm not, because that's white.
You are toast colored. What
I'm
you like toast?
I'm red bone.
You're wheat with butter. I mean white bread, man. Gotta talk to you about that, man.
Huh?
Gotta talk about eating that white bread. It's unhealthy.
Whatever.
Hey, we got a super chat came in. There is no Pan-Africanism in Africa. Pan-Africanism is Heather from FBAs.
I've heard that. I would say there's more Black Americans who say they're Pan-Africans than African. There are some Africans that say they're Pan-African, but I think it's more Black Americans who say they're Pan-African. But all right, listen, good discussion, great chat, everyone, and shout out to everybody that's watching on X.
Oh, we on X
too, guys. Yeah, I streamed it on my X account. You can stream it on yours. You just got to connect it to your streaming.
Okay.
Somebody said Dana's high yellow. I'm red bone.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys tomorrow night.